Hello everyone, welcome to today's class, and our title today is Experts Concerned About Online Gambling. Let's look at language focus. 1번. I have no doubt that I would like it a lot, but I prefer not to know. Okay, so as you can see, I have highlighted prefer not to. So use prefer not to express distaste or desire to avoid some action. So prefer not to. So prefer not to를 사용하여 어떤 행동에 대한 불호감이나 회피하고자 하는 욕구를 표현하세요. So if we look at our first example, I prefer not to ride the subway during rush hour. 나는 rush hour 동안 지하철을 타지 않은 것을 선호합니다. Or many people prefer not to be asked questions about their personal finances. 많은 사람들은 자신의 개인 재정에 대해 질문 받는 것을 꺼립니다. So, prefer not to. Like, I prefer not to talk about my personal life. I prefer not to, talk about money. I prefer not to talk about politics. I prefer not to talk about religion, etc., etc. Okay, 2번. But now the casino games are available online, geographic limitations have become much less effective. Now that. So we use now that to talk about the effects of a situation, of a new situation, sorry. So, now that을 사용하여 새로운 상황에 영향을 이야기하세요. So, our first example. Now that I'm married, I'm never alone. 이제 결혼했으니 나는 절대 혼자가 아니에요. Or, now that you've graduated, you'll need to find a job. 이제 했으니 직업을 찾아야 할 거야. Yes, that's what they say. So now that, to talk about the effects of a new situation. Alright, now let's look at the language focus quiz. 1번. I prefer not to during So if we scroll back up, use prefer not to express a distaste for or desire to avoid some action. So remember, prefer not to를 사용하여 어떤 행동에 대한 불호감이나 회피하고자 하는 욕구를 표현하세요. So I prefer not to during Let's say, as an example, I prefer not to look at my mobile phone during mealtime. So, 나는 식사 시간에는 휴대폰을 보지 않는 것을 선호합니다. 2번. Many people prefer not to talk about, like I said before, politics. 많은 사람들은 정치에 대해 이야기하는 것을 거립니다. 3번. Now that has won the election, So now that, we use now that to talk about the effects of a new situation. Now that을 사용하여 새로운 상황에 영향을 이야기하세요. So now that, let's say Donald Trump has won the election. Many people are happy because he won. 도널드 트럼프가 선거에서 승리했으니 많은 사람들이 기뻐하고 있습니다. And 4번. Now that is over, let's say now that autumn is over, we can look forward to the cold winter. So 이제 가을이 끝났으니 추운 겨울을 기대할 수 있습니다. Alright, now let's look at the further discussion. 1번. Which countries are famous for having relaxed gambling laws? Have you visited any of them? 어떤 나라들이 완화된 도박법으로 유명한가요? 그 중에 방문해본 적이 있나요? It's not a country, but the city of Las Vegas is very relaxed on gambling laws. Macau, is that a city or a country? I'm pretty sure that's a country. Has very relaxed gambling laws. Australia has very relaxed gambling laws. I haven't visited places like Las Vegas or Macau. I know that a lot of Southeast Asia, I think, they have a lot of relaxed gambling laws. I've been to Australia and I've gambled there. I've actually gambled in Korea. Since I'm not a Korean citizen, I'm an Australian citizen, I have been allowed to go to the foreign casinos here and gamble, which was a big mistake because I lost money. But yes, like I said, I don't recommend gambling for everybody. I think it's not a great thing to waste your money on unless you have the money to gamble, which I don't. And I just, decided from now on I'm never going to gamble because I think it's a waste of my money. 2번. What would happen if your country decided to have more relaxed gambling laws? Do you think this would be a good thing? Give reasons. 만약 당신의 나라가 도박법을 더 완화하기로 결정한다면 어떤 일이 일어날까요? 이것이 좋은 일이라고 생각하나요? 이유를 말씀해 보세요. In Korea, I don't think it would be a very good idea at all. I think Korea is a country that is very easily addicted to things. For example, alcohol. This country is very addicted to alcohol and smoking. I think it would get very out of control very quickly if we became more relaxed with our gambling laws. I think it would be a very big problem. Especially that we are an aging society. I think that a lot of older people tend to gamble, and as we are getting older and becoming an aging society, we are more likely to try and gamble our savings in order to possibly win more and possibly gain more. But you're more likely to lose your money than you are to gain, in my opinion. Some people are very, very skilled at gambling, but those are a very, very small majority of people. So I certainly don't think things like gambling in Korea is a particularly good idea at all, in my opinion. Anyway, that wraps it up for today's video, and I'll see you on the next video.
Bandit.
Bandit.
Spellbinding.
Spellbinding.
It's a fair bet.
It's a fair bet.
Crack down.
Crack down.
Tech savvy.
Tech savvy.
Dig a hole for oneself.
Dig a hole for oneself.